Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-day, my oh my, it is Wednesday, 3rd day of April, 2024. I'm Dan Kuntz. Just wake up in Wenatchee Valley. All that beautiful, warm, sunny spring weather. Yeah, forget about it. It's gone, 86. It took a hike in the overnight hours. Did you feel the wind, or at least hear it? I know I did. We had gusts about 30 miles an hour as that ridge of high pressure finally moved out of the area, flattened out. Now a cold front is passing through. We hit 76 yesterday. We're going to be about 20 degrees cooler than that today. Lots of clouds today. Chance of rain Thursday. Clouds on Friday. Weekend looks pretty good, but the next 3 days, the rest of this work week, is going to be fairly cloudy with a little bit of light rain, especially tomorrow here in the Wenatchee Valley. So I hope you had a chance to enjoy this beautiful weather, because it ain't going to be around for the rest of the week. But the weekend, again, looks pretty good. All those details are coming up, plus, of course, news. This has been just a really busy time for the news crew. Thank goodness they know what they're doing. We'll have a lot of news for you today. If you like the Mariners, last night didn't go particularly well. If you like the Wild, last night didn't go particularly well. In fact, the scores are almost identical, and the Wild and the Mariners are on the bottom end of that. We will have highlights when we get to sports in the back half of the program. But we're going to replay the interview I did with Ed Nags, because we all love Ed Nags. As you know by now, he's going to run from Paul Thomas Senior Stadium to Corvallis, Oregon. He'll start on Wednesday, May 1st. He's going to run about 15 miles a day for the whole 419 miles, all of it to raise money for two very important organizations. Our conversation with Ed in the back half of the program. Clouds have rolled in. It's 46 degrees. Let's do our tour around the valley, courtesy of Localtel's Sky-Fi division. The cameras look kind of dark, even though the sun's been up for quite some time. We are exactly at the 13-hour of daylight mark today. Sunrise 6:34, sunset tonight 7:34. It's easy for me to add that up. 13 hours of daylight. Yesterday's high is 76, almost a record high for April 2nd. The record high temperature is 78, so we just missed off on that. We had a few more high clouds, and that kind of kept the temperature down a couple of degrees. Our normal high is only 58, and that's more of what we're going to be like today as the cold air begins to move in. But it's still kind of mild right now. It's 46. Camera number 2, I think we're up to Leavenworth. There you go. The Leavenworth camera is looking mighty fine indeed. Still see some snow up there in the upper elevations, but Leavenworth is now bathed in green. All the lower elevations, the snow's gone now. Just a few patches here and there in the upper elevations. Good morning to Leavenworth. It looks like there's a lot of undeveloped property there, doesn't it? Because there's a lot of undeveloped property there. Badger Mountain with a different kind of an angle. We're pointing it back towards Rock Island at Pangborn Memorial Airport. And usually Badger Mountain, we have that camera turned to the right so we can see the Wenatchee Valley, but instead we're looking up at the Clockham and down the Columbia River Basin towards Rock Island and the Palisades and eventually Crescent Bar. So that's our, our Badger Mountain camera, but not an angle we normally show. Still pretty cool, if you ask me. And a pretty big swath of the East Wenatchee Bench in view there. And of course, you can't go wrong with Billy Goat, and so that's why we're going to show you Billy Goat. Again, as you can see, the high clouds that work their way in to the north of us right now. In Omak, let me check. You're at 50. You're the warm spot right now, Omak. We are at 46. The cool spot right now is Ellensburg. It's 41, and it's windy. Wow, windy in Ellensburg. Who thought that? Although we'll have clouds today, it should be dry. For us, the rain will probably be relegated to Thursday. We have this slide to show for you from the National Weather Service. So overnight tonight, a slight chance of light rain. Our best chance for rain is going to be tomorrow afternoon. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Not heavy rain. We're going to get about 1/10 of an inch. We need the rain. We are still well behind on our rain gauge, but some locations are going to get a lot of rain. Not so much here in the Wenatchee Valley, but you will notice we will see some rain in the afternoon hours. It's also going to be considerably cooler on Thursday as that cold air really begins to come in tonight. We're going to see overnight lows in the 30s tonight. Our overnight lows have been in the 40s, even in the lower 50s for the last few days. That is going to change. In fact, in detail, here's what it's looking like from the National Weather Service. Lots of clouds, dry, and 57. So we're going to be about 20 degrees cooler for our afternoon high than we saw yesterday. 37 for the overnight low tonight. Clouds, but dry. And as you can see, that's pretty chilly. Now, it is normal. That's our normal overnight low, but our overnight lows have been very mild lately. Best chance of rain tomorrow afternoon, as I already mentioned. A little bit of light snow in the mountain passes, but not too much. Light rain down here, most of it in the afternoon hours, and we're only going to get up to 49. So we're going to go from well above normal to, almost record high temperatures to well below normal. 39 for the overnight low on Thursday night with a 40% chance of rain. Friday, about a 30% chance of rain. We warm up a little bit, but not much, with a high of 51. Cloudy today, tomorrow, and Friday. And then the sun comes out Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. In fact, all of next week, it's going to be warm and dry, really getting going on Tuesday for sure, and it may persist through the end of the week. We'll have a better idea of what all of next week looks like when we visit at this time tomorrow. All right, that's the forecast. Grab your cup of coffee, come back. We'll do the news because we think it's important that you know what's going on. The news is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Blippi's back on stage with his brand new Wonderful World Tour.
I'm an excavator.
Sing, dance, and make new discoveries. In Blippi, the Wonderful World Tour with special guest Mika.
My name is Mika. Yeah, it's nice to meet ya.
For tickets and more, visit BlippiOnTour.com. Blippi, the Wonderful World Tour.
The new Hummer EV is everything you want in an all-electric vehicle. It's powerful, reliable, comfortable, and will take you anywhere you want to go, on-road or off. Why buy one of those lesser EVs when you can have one that uses them for traction? Order your Hummer pickup or SUV today from Sangster Motors, batteries included.
At Confluence Health, our mission is clear: to provide exceptional care for our community. We believe in healthcare that's personal and local because we're just like you, members of this great community.
We are Confluence.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
We are Confluence.
Yo escogí Pinnacles porque aquí en la escuela es muy tranquilo porque hay pocos estudiantes y muchas oportunidades para ellos. Es una escuela pequeña y tranquila. Me gusta venir a la escuela cada día porque hacen que la escuela sea divertida.
Escogí la escuela Pinnacles porque es una gran escuela para la comunidad y también una gran experiencia para mi hijo.
Well, the clouds have rolled in. We were at 46 degrees here in the big city. We're only going to warm up to about 57 with quite a bit of cloud cover. We're going to see a little bit of light rain on Thursday afternoon and Thursday night. Cloudy today, tomorrow, and Friday. Sunshine, though, back just in time for the weekend. It's 8 minutes after the hour. Chelan County Sheriff's deputies say they've busted a pair of burglars who targeted construction sites and businesses in the Leavenworth area. 27-year-old Nicholas Makasek of Leavenworth and 25-year-old Kalani Allen Heiser of Linwood are both jailed. They're facing charges including possession and trafficking of stolen property. Deputies say back in February, the two men stole roughly $27,000 from a job site near the Tumwater Dam along Highway 2, and another burglary netted more than $15,000 in tools from a Leavenworth construction company. Some of the items turned up for sale on Facebook Marketplace, and deputies say they've recovered most of the goods in a search of Makachek's home last week. More items were recovered when local deputies and King County authorities arrested Heisel and searched his Bothell apartment. They recovered, among other things, they say, a stolen Ford F-250, 2 stolen handguns, a sawed-off shotgun, and an improvised explosive device. The police station that served the Wenatchee Valley, or the city of Wenatchee anyway, for more than 70 years is going to be up for sale pretty soon. The former police headquarters at 135 South Chelan, basically right across the street from us, was declared surplus last week by the Wenatchee City Council. That means City Manager Laura Gloria can now seek an appraisal and find out how much money they can get for the old police station. The old police headquarters was built in 1931, directly across the street from the fire department. It housed the department's operations until the current station on South Mission opened in 2004. Last year, the city successfully sold the historic fire station. That's, of course, just across the street. That fire station was built in 1929. That building is slated for redevelopment as a high-end restaurant. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office sits in the basement of the Chelan County Regional Justice Center, and that means when pipes leak in the jail that takes up the 3 middle floors, well, it's the Sheriff's Office who gets the brunt of that problem. At the Chelan County Commissioners meeting on Tuesday, Sheriff Mike Morrison said one of his sergeant's offices flooded with water and sewage. It destroyed personal as well as departmental property. The sheriff says the situation, which the county has been coping with for more than a year, is becoming untenable for his office.
The biggest concern, too, not only that human waste was coming into our office, which seems to be a continuous trend throughout. I know my office has been hit. Chief of Operations Moody has been hit a couple times. Chief Civil Deputy Oglesby. It's just continuous. The pipes are failing. The grossest part about it is that we have human waste flowing into our office. That's not exactly desirable. I know it's something that the commissioners are aware of, but I'm hoping that there's something sooner that can be done so we can stop this from happening. One of the bigger concerns is that it was about 6 inches away from going into our archives facility and taking out our permanent records. I think we're very well aware that we have 2 federal lawsuits pending from our previous administration, and that we have retention holds placed on those. I do not believe the Defense Council is going to be very understanding.
Chelan County has a new fire marshal. Her name is Christina Peterson. She's formerly with the Yakima County Fire Marshal's Office. She accepted the job this week. She'll start on April 15th. Peterson is a certified fire inspector, served 9 years in Yakima County, working her way up to deputy fire marshal. She is also a lieutenant with the West Valley Fire Department, where she started as a volunteer firefighter more than 30 years ago. The fire marshal leads fire prevention and investigation programs for Chelan County, as well as certifying that new buildings meet fire codes. Peterson will oversee 2 fire technicians. She replaces former fire marshal Stephen Rinaldi, who left the position for a similar job in Colorado back in October. The Grant County PUD is now notifying customers of power outages via, well, cell phone and computer alerts. These new alert messages are being offered through the Everbridge emergency alert system. That's the same system used by Grant County Emergency Management and other law enforcement agencies. Grant County residents with mobile and landline numbers are already automatically registered in the system, but anybody can receive alerts by filling out a form on the Grant County PUD's website. The PUD will use the new alert service for outages that affect more than 100 customers at any one time and for the occasional emergency alert. And you may remember back in January, 4 Eastmont teachers told us at the NCW Life Channel about the challenges that they have of teaching inside 2 outdated school buildings. Cascade and Rock Island were 2 of the 4 elementary schools named in the $117 million Eastmont school construction bond that failed by 1/2% during the February special election. That same bond is running again on April 23rd, and it aims to completely modernize Cascade, Kenroy, and Lee elementary schools and make some improvements to Rock Island as well. The interviews with the teachers were conducted when the school grounds were covered in snow. The students inside the classrooms had to wear winter gear just to stay warm. Here's what the teachers said about the building conditions earlier this year.
On January 16th, it was too cold for Eastmont students to go outside for recess. For kids at Cascade Elementary School, they'd need to go outside anyway if they're going to the library or cafeteria. The school was built in a series of buildings, and every classroom has an exterior door that leads to the outside.
My classroom is currently at 58 degrees, which is too cold for students. And so when we're getting lined up to go to specialists and everything, you think of that exterior door that has to be opened up to the 4-degree weather outside. And that's just making it even colder. The kids are cold in class right now, and so we're bundled up and wearing our coats all day. But it'd be nice to be in a building where when it does get cold, the system can keep up and keep our kids warm. And then the same thing happens in the spring. It gets very hot in our classrooms. And again, that causes a challenge for learning and teaching.
Classroom doors remain locked at all times. When students are coming and going throughout the day, it becomes a disruption to the class with a lot of up and down happening to let them back in. There are several doors in each class, and the teachers described their uneasy feeling knowing there are so many entrances to the classrooms.
If someone were to get in one door, they have access to the entire pod. So when we do drills and things, we've had staff meeting after staff meeting trying to problem solve to keep kids safe. If it were real, what would we do? But all of the doors, if one is unlocked, then they gain access to the entire pod, which is unnerving.
Additional challenges to the outdoor hallways include the uneven walkway, which poses extra challenges for students with physical disabilities.
2 years ago, I had 2 kids in wheelchairs. And when you think about just going to PE or to library or to lunch, they would go out and it was really challenging to get the wheelchairs over any of it on a regular day, but then when it snowed, it would delay all of the time, at least 5 minutes for every single transition throughout the day. So that's a huge challenge for kiddos that have wheelchairs or crutches or anything, whether it's temporary or permanent.
The issues of heating, cooling, and safety are concerns felt around the 4 schools. The current layout of Rock Island Elementary's entrance is another example.
We do only allow our parents and our students to enter through the main building, but when you first walk in, you can go 2 different directions in the hallway instead of direct line to the office. I think it's going to be extremely important for us to really lock that down so that when we let people into our building, that they only can go to the office first before going into our building. Because right now, it's just a huge safety concern. You don't want to expect the unexpected, but you do. You want to prepare for anything, and right now you can't. There's just they can come get buzzed in and then they can go any direction. So for me, that's a huge safety concern as a teacher and as a parent with kids in this school.
Before safety measures required outside leading doors to remain shut during the school day, teachers at Rock Island would leave them open to get better air circulation. That was also sometimes how they would handle the odor of their drainage system.
You can definitely smell that when you're going down the hall sometimes. That's not a good smell.
It does fill the hallways, the classrooms, to the point where you're trying to close the doors. And again, you want to open your outside doors, but our windows don't open. So if we could, in the newer side of the building, we have the windows that you can just slide open, but here it would just be our doors, which comes back to that safety concern. This is a good school, and just because we have peeling tile on our floors doesn't mean we're not a great school, and we are a really great school.
And lastly, on this Wednesday, family and friends are in the process of raising money for an East Wenatchee man who was severely injured in a softball accident on Saturday. Michael Perez suffered multiple skull fractures, fractured eye sockets, a broken nose, and a concussion, and a couple of brain bleeds in his frontal lobe. He was airlifted to Harborview Medical Center in Seattle. Now, with a long road to recovery in front of him, his family has launched a GoFundMe page to help cover medical costs. Anybody who wishes to donate to the GoFundMe page can go to our website, ncwlife.com, and you'll see the link there on our homepage. And that's the news at 18 minutes after the hour. If you're interested in what's going on around here, and we think you are, watch the news tonight with Grant Olson at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock, 5, 6, and 10. To watch Grant on television. If you don't watch television, but you still watch the news, in other words, you're using your computer or your smart TV or whatever it may be, our news will be up and running on our homepage, ncwlife.com, our Facebook page, our YouTube page, and on our app. Well, the Guardians beat the Mariners and the Rockets beat the Wild. It was a tough night for local sports fans, but highlights are highlights, and we'll do sports when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Most of us are in touch with the internet in one way or another all day long. A fast, secure connection matters. It keeps us entertained, informed, and in touch. Local cares about your connection. We know strong, reliable internet with your choice of speed makes life better. If you need fast, reliable internet, or maybe an upgrade, or you just have questions, connect with us by visiting localtel.com or call 509-888-8888 today.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., They offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right all year round. Right now, bring home select VX and L Series tractors for 0 down, 0% APR for 72 months. Contact your Kubota dealer for details.
The road can be a crazy place. Uh-oh! That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
Right now, during our spring tire sale, save up to $80 on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Sports at 20 minutes after the hour. There's a reason Shane Bieber has a Cy Young Award on his mantle. He's good. He proved it again last night. 6 scoreless innings. He pretty much shut down the Mariners. The Guardians beat the Mariners 5-2. Last night, Bieber struck out 9, didn't walk anybody, threw 55 of 83 pitches for strikes. He allowed just 6 hits, and he didn't permit a single Mariner runner to get past second base.
Third hit for the Guardians, all 3 singles, and they get their leadoff man aboard for the second time tonight. Kept the hands back nicely and ropes it into right field. Oh my! Kick by Haniger. Jose's coming around third. Ruggie Odor waves him home. No throw to the plate. Guardians strike first on a defensive miscue by the Mariners.
In this type of game, that is a huge play.
That's running the bases with reckless abandon.
He's going to need oxygen after all the running.
That's okay. He'll take it.
Naylor struck out his first time up.
Here's a long drive, deep right. Haniger's out of room. It's out of here. Bo Naylor blast off his first home run of the year, and it's 3-0 Cleveland.
Boy, how do you like that?
Up to the plate is Brian Rocchio.
Brian Rocchio trying to juice one deep left field down the line. It is a fair ball into the corner. Off the wall, played well by Dominic Canzone, but Rocchio goes headlong into second base with a leadoff double. Quan trying to bunt him over to third. He'll do it. Bare hand grab and throw. He throws it away. You get the bonus.
Yes,
a run will score. Rocchio dashes home. Quan is safe at first. It's 4-0 Cleveland. Tyler Freeman 0 for 3 tonight. There goes Josh Naylor. And Tyler booms one to right field. Back goes Haniger. He'll make the catch. And Josh has to retreat back to first. Tagging at third and coming home to score is Jose Ramirez.
Wow, throw it duck special. Base hit off the bat of Cal Raleigh. What a bullet through the box. Payoff here to tie. And he's aboard with a walk.
Well, now that Bieber's out of the game, maybe they can get something going. So there is out number 1. Canzone flies to right, and it brings up Rojas, another lefty bat. Swinging a broken bat off the end of the bat, cued over the bag at third base. It's a fair ball into left field. Here comes Cal Raleigh around third base. He scores standing. Ty France is into third, and Josh Rojas breaks a bat off the very end and pokes a soft double into left field, and the Mariners are on the board for the first time tonight. It's 5-1 Cleveland.
France at third, Rojas at second, 3-2 to JP. Here's the pitch. That'll pick up a run. Rocchio throws out JP. Mariners get another run. It's 5-2. This will be a challenge.
Swing and a miss. Stayed with the hard stuff. That is out number 1 and strikeout number 11 for Cleveland tonight.
Rough night for the Mariners. One out, runner at second.
Weak ground ball is short. Rocchio unloads in a hurry, and he got him for out number 2.
Brings up JP Crawford.
Here's the 0-2. Book it. The Guardians even the series with a convincing 5-2 winning here tonight in Seattle.
Mariners conclude their 7-game season opening homestand with an afternoon affair. Today, 2 right-handers will start. Logan Allen for Cleveland. George Kirby toes the rubber for the M's. First pitch this afternoon at 1:10. In the American League West, the only team that won were the Angels. They beat the Marlins 3-1. All the other teams in our division lost. Rangers losing to the Rays, the Astros losing to the Blue Jays, and the A's. Well, the A's are the A's. Kraken hockey, they're back at it. They're in Los Angeles, California to take on the Kings. They're still mathematically alive for a Stanley Cup playoff berth, but they got to beat the Kings to have any chance at all. The Kraken and the Kings, they'll drop the puck at 6:30 on Root Sports. The Wenatchee Wild scored their first goal of the game, and they didn't score again. Kelowna rolls to a 5-1 victory in Game 3 of the first round of their series. Kelowna now has a 2-1 lead in the series.
The
the right corner. He's a guy, blue line Sword. Sword feeds off here. Wood, he'll score! He'll pump it home. That's his 5th goal of this playoff series. It's a quick shot from his office at the left face-off circle. 1-0 Wenatchee, the first time in the series they've opened up the scoring.
Okay, I can go with that.
Here come the Rockets. Again, a chance. Shot. And a Sante. Score! It's Iginla. TJ Iginla finds Pater. The original shot was stopped. It had too much momentum, or did Iggy just push it through? Here's Kuntz on left wing, enters the zone. Trailer, road check, left out. Rashad, score! It's Rocky! Derek Rowe! Check! Shelter, right corner, Waitman, centering feed! They score! CP! Kane and Price! Here's G.J. Castillo at his own line, right side center. Back inside the zone. Waits, holds, in front, they score! Michael G. checked it all the work. TJ Ginla, the recipient of a gift goal. And the Rockets have taken a 4-1 lead.
Neither referee has his arm down, and away they went. I think what it was.
Here's Hurley now, left face-up dot works in, Shelter, a score! That'll seal the deal tonight. Rockets have taken a 5-1 lead. Shelter had the empty net goal to make it 3-1 in game 2. Here tonight, it is likely the opportunity to thrust the Rockets into a 2-1 lead in this best.
Game 4 is tonight in Kelowna, 7:05. Game 5 back at the Town Toyota Center on Friday night. High school baseball, Moses Lake erased an early 1-0 deficit to run away from Eastmont. In Big 9 baseball yesterday, 13-2, the Mavericks scored 2 in the third, 3 in the fourth, and brought 14 men to the plate. In an 8-run 5th inning to put the game out of reach, Adrian Martinez, 3 for 5 for Moses Lake, 3 runs. Jace Cox finished 3 for 4, also with 3 runs. Eastmont's Skylar Bryant, he was 2 for 3, hit a solo home run. The Wildcats are now 2-2 in Big 9 play. Moses Lake undefeated, 7-0. These two teams will have a doubleheader in Moses Lake Friday at 4 o'clock. It is spring break. Not a lot of sports out there to talk about. The Panthers scored 6 runs in the first inning and ran away from Sunnyside in prep baseball yesterday, 10-1. Deer Park beat Chelan in a non-leaguer, 6-3. And in prep soccer, Eastmont beat Sunnyside 4-1. There's a reason Davis is the #1 ranked boys soccer team in the state. They beat Moses Lake 13-0. Sela beat Chelan in non-league action 4-1, and Othello over Ephrata in CWAC action 3-1. And those were just some of the games that people are playing. We want to celebrate National Go Out and Touch a Rainbow Day today. The problem with touching a rainbow is you can't touch a rainbow because rainbows aren't objects. You can't touch a rainbow, but you can dream about touching a rainbow. They can't be approached. You see, regardless of where you're looking at a rainbow, when you see a rainbow, the person standing right next to you will see an entirely different rainbow. In fact, even your individual eyes will see a rainbow a slightly different way. My favorite is the double rainbow. You don't see those too often. That's when you see a smaller arc inside the primary arc. Those are cool. Rainbows are cool. Go out and, well, touch a rainbow today. And if you do, let me know, will ya? I need the gold. It's 28 minutes after the hour. Today in history, Robert Ford kills Jesse James at his home in St. Joseph, Missouri. The James gang had all been disbanded. It was just Frank and Jesse were all that were left, and Frank had moved to Virginia. And there was a bounty out for Jesse James, and Robert Ford said, I'll do it. It was a $5,000 reward. So he did the deed. He wired the governor of Missouri to say, I want my $5,000. The Ford brothers, it wasn't just Robert Ford, it was also Charlie Ford. They surrendered to the authorities to get their $5,000. They were charged with first-degree murder. They said, wait a minute, there's a bounty, $5,000, dead or alive, Jesse James. Robert Ford said, I want my dough. So they figured the whole thing out. In one day, the Ford brothers were indicted, pled guilty, sentenced to death by hanging, pardoned by the governor of Missouri, and then they got their $5,000. Jesse James met his maker 142 years ago today. Happy 76th birthday to the Marshall Plan. President Truman signs the Marshall Plan into law on this date in 1948. $13 billion in aid. That's $173 billion in today's money to 16 countries, all of them devastated in World War II, almost all of them in Europe. It was actually called the European Recovery Program. It was never, George Marshall was the Secretary of State. He was the one who lobbied and said we really need to do this because we screwed up at the end of World War I. We can't make that mistake again. The Marshall Plan went into effect, changed the lives of millions of people in war-torn Europe. George Marshall himself never called it the Marshall Plan. It just became what it became known as. It's 76 years old. Happy birthday to the very first cell phone call. 51 years ago today, Martin Cooper of Motorola calls his rival Joe Engel of Bell Labs on his cell phone. Both Bell and Motorola have been working on the technology for years. It was a big, heavy, brick-like device. I think it had a charge time of about 20 minutes. It lasted for about 20 minutes. Martin Cooper said the first thing he wants to do is call the guy who he knows well, has been trying to do the same thing he did. So he went down to the streets of Manhattan, put that big old thing up to his ear, dialed up Joe Engel at Bell Labs and said, "Guess what, Joe? Beat ya. I'm calling you on a portable phone from 6th Avenue. Happy birthday to the first cell phone call. And finally, 35 years ago today, there was the box score. Ken Griffey Jr. of the Seattle Mariners makes his Major League Baseball debut. Here is his first at-bat facing Dave Stewart of the Oakland A's.
25 years from now, you're going to want to say, I was there when Ken Griffey Jr. made his home debut. So don't forget that on Monday night. There's a drive into the gap in left center field and deep left center field, and Henderson's not going to get to it. It's off the base of the wall, and Griffey to second base in his first Major League at bat, a ringing double off the 375 marker, and we have seen that all spring. Welcome to the show, Ken Griffey Jr.
His first hit, a double. He would hit 523 more doubles in his brilliant career. Ken Griffey Jr., a Mariner on this date in 1989. Let's do birthdays. When Henry Luce was alive, the publisher and founder of Time Magazine, Life Magazine, Fortune Magazine, Sports Illustrated, he was called the most influential private citizen in America. He had a great deal of influence on public opinion as the guy who owned Time Magazine and published it. You're going to have that. Henry Luce, born on this date in 1898. He died in 1967 at the age of 68. He was born 100 years ago today, what many people consider perhaps the greatest actor of all time. He was named the 4th greatest actor of the 20th century. Marlon Brando, 2 Academy Awards, one for On the Waterfront and one for The Godfather. He should have won for A Streetcar Named Desire. I won't get into that. Marlon Brando was born 100 years ago today. And the comedian who literally saved Saturday Night Live. If it wasn't for Eddie Murphy, Saturday Night Live probably wouldn't be on the air, but he single-handedly saved a sinking show and then became a movie star and then a bazillionaire. He's 63 years old today. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air, for heat and air. Call Alpine Air. I've been mentioning this. The heat of summer is coming. Now's the time to get your HVAC system looked at by Alpine Air to make sure it'll be good to go when the heat of summer comes, thanks to our friends at Pool to Spa Services. You know what I want to do? I want to go sit in a hot tub for the rest of the day today. I'll go down to Pool and Spa Services and see what they have for me down there. And to our friends at Prestige Senior Living at Colonial Vista. Mike Benatti's got an opinion coming up, and then our conversation with Ed Nags, former Apple Sox coach, Wenatchee icon, if you will. Why are we talking to Ed? Stay tuned. You'll find out. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here.
Oh.
I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
Hey, this is Mike, Mad Dog McNutty, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. So, a veteran police officer was recently convicted of manslaughter because she used her handgun and shot a suspect, mistakenly believing that she was grabbing her taser. Well, she should have known better. I agree. And although everyone recognizes she made a horrible, horrific mistake that she shouldn't have, it was still a mistake. Meanwhile, Alec Baldwin shot and killed someone, again, not on purpose, but also, as in the police officer's case, this was something everyone with a brain in their head, and maybe this does exclude Mr. Baldwin, I don't know, but everyone recognizes that this never should have happened. The police officer faces prison. Baldwin is doing talk shows. This is Mike, Mad Dog McNutty, and that's my opinion.
Nothing is more important than the quality of your sleep. It sets up your whole day and gives you the energy you need for those important moments. And this week, Walker's Furniture is giving you a great opportunity to upgrade to a better mattress with special savings on all brands and up to 5 years special financing with no money down, as well as free delivery. Plus, up to $300 of free furniture with select mattress purchases, making it the perfect time to improve your sleep for less. This week at Walker's.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the Diagnostic Doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units. Welcome back to the program. We're here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. So we're at a baseball diamond. We got a baseball legend to my immediate left. You're thinking, okay, we're going to talk a little baseball with Ed Nags. Well, we're going to talk a little baseball with Ed Nags. That's down the road, but that's not really why we're here. Ed Nags is going to do something really, really cool for a really, really good cause. It's close to Ed's heart. First of all, Ed Nags, everybody, former Apple Sox coach, Wenatchee High School baseball coach. Now he assists with Corvallis in the West Coast League in the summertime. I haven't seen you. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing well. No complaints. No complaints. As do you. It's great to be back here, and certainly beyond this facility, spending so much time here. But a great day, and yeah, it's good to be with you on a baseball field.
You lived in the Wenatchee Valley a long time, but you're a California native, and you've been really mobile lately. Do you miss Wenatchee much? We don't get to see you much anymore.
Correct. I miss it a ton. Yeah, I mean, I spent most of my adult life here, and so, raised the kids here, and coached and taught, and I do love it here. Just not the time to be living here for me right now, but I've been back visiting a lot, see the kids and come back and do stuff like this. So, and then I've had a couple opportunities to be back here coaching, so that's been fun. but it looks like we don't this year for some reason in the schedule.
Yeah, we don't play Corvallis this year, but you always got a big hand whenever you were introduced or came out to coach third base after when you were with Corvallis.
Maybe they're glad to see I was gone and it's somebody new. No, it's been special. Yeah, those days to come back and be on this field, it was special. No
People
doubt.
are saying, man, Ed looks good, and there's a reason Ed looks good. He's been running his butt off. He's been in training for something that I think is fantastic. You, starting May 1st, are going to slap on the running shoes, I'm assuming a new pair, and you're going to run from Wenatchee, Washington to Corvallis, Oregon. You're going to run the whole route. 419 miles.
419 miles it is, yes.
First of all, and we'll tell you why in just a minute, how's the training going? You ran the LA Marathon, was it?
I did, that was
St.
on
Patty's Day?
Yeah, St. Patty's Day, so I did that. I did it last year, and then knowing that the opening day run was coming up in May, and I thought, what should I be doing? And it made sense to stay on the regimen of being ready for that marathon in March, and then just do a little different training as it leads up to May 1st. But so yeah, it just kept me training like I should. So
you look great for a guy of your advanced age. Let's talk about the inspiration for you to do this. It's a personal story, and if I get too close, Ed, let me know. But you got involved with the organization that's going to be benefiting your run in a personal way. Talk about that.
Well, there's two organizations that the opening day run will benefit. The first one is Trillium Family Services, which is an organization that out of Oregon that helps adolescents and their families deal with their mental and behavioral health and just all those things that might entail. And I was introduced to them because my son Corey spent time there, spent over like a month and a half there years ago.
Changed his life.
Yeah, he would tell you if you asked him today that saved his life. Yeah, he didn't think he was going to graduate from high school when he was young. This is his sophomore year in high school, and struggling with anxiety and depression and just mental health issues that so many adolescents are. And so we were fortunate after a stay in Seattle Children's the summer before, where they told us that we should look for more of a residential type treatment to help, and it happened to be in Corvallis, Oregon. I wasn't coaching there then, but that's where Corey ended up going, and like you say, it changed his life, and I've always wanted to do something to help them. I haven't been someone that's been able to just write a check and really help an organization. I thought I could use this platform here of baseball, the Northwest, the West Coast League, and try and do something to help them out. That would be Organization 1 and Organization 2, which is familiar to many around here, which is only 7 seconds. Their home is in Chelan. I mean, where Trillium works in the state of Oregon, only 7 seconds. I mean, they're working worldwide.
That's a significant organization doing great work.
Yeah, I mean, and they're trying to basically eliminate loneliness. And they're trying to stop that epidemic that is so prevalent in society and here in the United States. And I came across them after I learned about them 3 years ago, after one of our former Apple Sox families, the Gebbers family, John and his wife Nikki, lost their son to suicide, and you want to help. What can I do? And the family had come out and said, if you would like to do something in Cade's name, please donate to only 7 seconds. I'd never heard of them, and they were a young organization, but so I looked into them, and I didn't care at the time. I donated, but then as I got to know more and more about them, that became an organization. I thought, that is someone that I can, get behind. And then, it wasn't until, about a year and a half ago where I really, because I've had this idea of doing this run for quite some time, but it all came to me that I knew exactly why I wanted to do that run, other than something that was kind of difficult and silly to do, and see if I could do it and drum up some excitement for the West Coast League season. But I thought, really, why would you do something like that? But those two organizations, one that is paired with the Apple Sox, because only 7 seconds the Apple Sox work together during the year. And then down in Corvallis, we do different events and things with the Trillium Family Services, as it turns out. So that's neat. And so I thought I want to do everything I can to get money and awareness, certainly for adolescent mental health, and get finances to those two groups to do the great work that they do.
You could do almost anything. You could hold a charity softball game. You could hold a car wash. You could do any number of things to draw attention to those two great organizations. You decided you're going to run. You're going to run from Wenatchee to Corvallis, which is a long, long run. Now, you are a runner. You've always been a runner as long as I can remember. You run just to keep in shape, and you like it. Was that just a natural fit? I mean, I want to help these people out, so I'm going to run from Wenatchee to Corvallis.
Well, it seemed like kind of a crazy thing to do.
It's a crazy thing to do, Ed.
Right. It's 419 miles. But I wanted to do something that was difficult that not everyone can do, but also that would take some, I mean, I think everything's kind of mental, doing well. And and I've been fortunate, but I know I struggle at times, like we all do at times. But I know for me, getting up in the morning and getting in my run is something that really gets my day off to a good start. You know, and my dad a long time ago said you should go out every day and sweat. You know, so but that's always been my thing to do. And I thought, well, I'm going to do something a little crazy. Hopefully, it'll get some attention. But also, the people look and say, "Hey, this guy's doing that. I can at least give and help out." Sure. So, 10 miles in the morning and 5 in the afternoon. Split it up, so I don't think it's as difficult as maybe it could be. And I have a.
Please tell me you have a support staff going alongside. You're just not going to camp on the side of the highway.
My logistics coordinator.
Thank you.
So that is my the best son my parents had, my older brother. So he's retired, but I thought maybe he would. I called him here about a year ago. Said, I got this idea I'm going to do, but I'm going to need some help. I wonder if you would maybe drive an RV that I'm going to rent, because I'll need to be traveling. This is kind of a traveling hotel. Would you do that for a week or two? And he says, well, how long is it going to be? I go, well, basically the whole month. He goes, I'm doing the whole thing. I said, great. So he's a Bakersfield native now, but he and I will drive up, grab the RV right there in Albany, Oregon, right outside of Corvallis, travel up here to Wenatchee and get here about the 30th, and then we'll leave on the 1st. So yeah, the brother's going to be handling logistics. He's excited, and it'll be us too, basically. We might have a visitor or two along the way here and there, but it's kind of us making the trek.
We're going to be here broadcasting Wake Up Wenatchee Valley live on May 1st, that very morning from 7 to 8 a.m. You're more than welcome to come out and watch how the television magic happens, provided there is television excitement and magic happening. And at 7:59, you're down the road. You're off right here from Paul Thomas Senior Field.
Yeah, we'll do the first 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, Allie with the Apple Sox claims that she wants to run the first 10 with me, so let's hold her to that. Even though, bless her heart, she'll be running the Wenatchee Marathon in mid-April, which only gives her 2 weeks. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it'd be a little difficult to do that, but she says she's going to do that.
There are any number of ways to get from Wenatchee to Corvallis, but eventually you can't avoid like I-5 and things like that. Do you actually have a map drawn out of your 15 miles a day and how you're going to go about doing it?
Right, we know exactly where the 10 miles stop and where we will hang out for lunch and the afternoon, and where those 5 evening miles, where we finish and where are we going to park the RV. I mean, we will be maybe talking to a farmer or two and asking if we could park on their road or on their farm for the evening. There is some rural running, which is good. I don't mind that a lot. When you say I-5, we will be on it for just the stretch of going over the river in Portland. That's it. Because then we'll leave Wenatchee and basically go down through Quincy and to the Tri-Cities. So we'll take that route that goes down, we will not be on I-90 or anything like that. And down through the not into the Tri-Cities, we'll bump over to Benton City, down, and then there's Highway 14, which is
Takes you over to
AKA
Hermiston, I believe.
Highway 14, also known as the Lewis Clark Highway.
Yes, yes.
Which is on the north side of 84. I mean, we have 84 that goes along Oregon, and you can't run on 84.
No.
It's illegal, and you wouldn't want to.
So you're going to be on the
I'm on the
Washington
Washington side all the way until we will get, yeah, so that's 14 the whole way. And then we'll hop off it when you get close to Camas, because that gets pretty busy. And there's some side roads that parallel, and it'll get us to Portland. And then Martin Luther King Boulevard is basically 99. So Highway 99 will be on the east side of 5, and then we cross over to 99 West, kind of as you get to southern Portland, and then that takes you all through the small towns down into Corvallis. So that'll be
a couple more questions for you. I find this terribly fascinating. You have rest days, built-in rest days. You're not going to do this like 7 days a week, right? You're going to have a couple of days where you're just going to let your body heal, because you're asking a lot. Even for a guy in good shape like you are, you're still asking. That's asking a lot for your body.
No, we're not.
You're not. You're going to do it every day.
Every day. I wanted to. I mean, that was part of it too. The consistency. It's baseball, and we play it every day.
Sure.
And the mental health piece of being able to, hey, you're not going to have any rest. You've got to do that. Yeah. So it's daily. It'll be daily.
How do you? I mean, you're asking a lot of your body. So calorie intake and all that good stuff. You're going to be eating like a horse, or?
Yeah,
I'm just curious.
I've been nailing that down. I mean, rest is huge, what you eat. Also, I'm not running to beat any time.
Right.
So one of the biggest things will be to keep my heart rate down as low as I can. So I'm not going to be going very fast. So that'll help as far as repairing every night, that I didn't go crazy. But yeah, I haven't done this before. I'm talking to people that have, but it's me, so yeah, I'm sure it'll be an interesting story as we go.
How do people get involved? How do they help you out? How do they donate? How do they keep track of your progress? All that good stuff. Give me some of that good, gooey, juicy details there that we need to know.
All right. Well, the website is openingdayrun.com.
I found it right away.
Did you? There you go.
You got a Facebook page. You have a Facebook page.
There's an Instagram. There's Instagram, Facebook, as well as X, aka Twitter. My daughter Emily is great on the social media side, so we've done posting, not too much to bug people, but we've had some things so far, maybe once a week. But we'll be posting twice a day during the run, and then on the website there's a spot where you kind of follow where we've been all the 28 days.
And we can check in with you, right? I mean, I'd love to on a regular basis get on board on like Zoom or something and check in.
Right, yeah, and we're planning to do that.
Cool,
yeah,
sweet.
We'll be able to do that.
And again, on May 1st, we'll be live here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium for the entire morning show. Ed will be leaving right before the show goes off the air. You'll be able to follow him the whole time along. Oh, here's another way you can help. Here you go, Ed. Here's $20.
Wow, thank you.
To go to Ed Nags and his opening day run. That's how you do it, folks. I want to make sure I'm doing my part, buddy, because you know I love you.
Thank you.
Before we cut you loose, opening day is the 28th. How do you like the Mariners? They just missed the playoffs. One game last year. They opened up against the Red Sox at home. I know you still follow baseball passionately. How do you like the
I did fly up yesterday into Seattle. I had to get up early, and I got up at 3 anyway, but also I grew up in Los Angeles, so I'm a Dodger fan. I'm not, crazy. I'm a fan of baseball, certainly a Mariners fan. So I did get up and watch that
the games in
a little
South
bit
Korea.
of that game in over in South Korea, and then followed that yesterday. I mean, it's again, just that excitement of opening day and the name of the run. That was something. It took me a while. What am I going to name this? And it just hit me one night when I woke up and was thinking of what the name should be. But opening day run. Opening day. There's
optimism, hope, youth. Hope's a great word.
And
that's a great word.
I mean, I think opening day for me, it's one of the best phrases in the English language, and doesn't need any introduction. I mean, if you talk to somebody about opening day, they know what it is. You talk to a baseball fan and say opening day, and they
light
at you.
up.
They smile.
Yeah.
Exactly. So other sports have their season openers, but baseball is different. It's kind of signifies the beginning of spring and hope, like you said, that, that my team this might be their year. And so for me, along with baseball and then mental health, I mean, if we have that opening day mentality, and I've always told my teams this, the Apple Sox and even in Corvallis, where I talk about having an opening day mentality and an opening day feeling.
Every day.
Yeah, hard to do.
Yeah,
there isn't a baseball player that started opening day and lacked confidence. Yeah. It's opening day. Because I don't have yesterday beat me up when I was 0 for 4 or whatever, and life's that way too. But if we can get up every day and have that opening day feeling, I think that's good. And I know, it's exciting. I mean, the Dodgers kind of quick pitched everybody and had the opening day early. It was kind of weird, but certainly when the real one is coming up for everyone, the Mariners and everybody, I mean, it's exciting, and you hope. Yeah, the Mariners continue knocking on that door. It's not easy. Everyone expects people to, like the Dodgers, people down there upset because they don't win the World Series, and they think, it's a waste. It's harder.
I have the double-edged sword. I'm a Yankee fan. We haven't won it since 2009, but you know that. It's NDAG's opening day run. Again, it starts on May 1st right here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium, and it'll eventually run 419 miles to Corvallis. We'll be in touch. That still sounds insane to me. I get tired driving 419 miles. We'll be in touch with Ed throughout the entire progress to keep them up to date. We'll put links on our website so people can find it real easy.
Thank you.
And have fun. I guess we'll see you on May 1st, if not before.
You got that. Thank you.
All right. Ed Nags, who's in better shape than I am, and he's slightly older. And we'll be right back.
Marathon in the books, 26.2. Not sure that smart to do that. 15 miles a day for the opening day run. Sounds a lot easier. Anyways, May 1st. See you then.
Here's your coffee. That'll be $5.
Thanks.
Oh, it's only $5.
Oh, I like paying double.
Why?
I've always paid more.
You wouldn't pay double for coffee. So don't pay double on your heating bill. Cut your heating bills by up to half when you switch to a heat pump or ductless mini split and get cash back from Chelan PUD plus federal tax credits. Learn more at chelanpud.org/save.
Your home runs on hot water. From the kitchen to the bath to the laundry. So Rheem offers a wide variety of water heaters from traditional models to ones smart enough to tell you how much hot water is available. On second thought, perhaps the laundry can wait.
Call After Hours Plumbing for all your water heating needs.
The Honda you want is here. Get a great offer on the stylish HR-V or the Civic. Which car and driver called fun to drive? There's never been a better time to drive in the moment with Honda. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
Well, the well-advertised clouds are here, and they're going to be hanging around for the next 3 days until we get to the weekend. Best chance of measurable rain is going to be tomorrow afternoon. The big difference you're going to see is the temperatures are going to drop quite a bit. We hit 76 yesterday, a near record high. Not going to be the case today. From the National Weather Service, here's your forecast. Clouds all day today. We should be dry. It'll be a little breezy at times. It's already quite windy in Ellensburg and Omak as we speak. We're going to have some wind. It was quite windy last night. I don't know if you noticed that or not. We'll top off at 57. 37 for the overnight low tonight. Winds will die down. A little breezy on Thursday, but the big story tomorrow is going to be the rain, especially on Thursday afternoon. Not heavy rain, but Measurable rain on Thursday, and look how cool we're only going to get to 49. Our normal high is 58. 39 for the overnight low on Thursday with about a 40% chance of rain. Friday, rain in the morning, drying off in the afternoon, but still cool. 51 is all we're going to get to on Friday. Then not a bad looking weekend, especially by the time we get to Sunday and Monday with sunny and mild and dry conditions. And that's it for us. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.